and go. Welcome everybody to a brand new edition of ROFLcast. I am your host, as always, Achilles, and this week I'm joined by my Autobot, my Decepticon, my transgender transmetal Soman Rider. Say what's up, nigga.
What's up, nigga?
Whoa, that was really offensive. He's not black. But we are also joined by my Zany Xanatos, the Gangster Goliath, the Digra Bot, Demona, Secret motherfucking Squaff.
Hello.
I felt like there's a big build-up because something was going to happen. But, like, Avengers 2 just did not pay off. Let's get right to it. So this week on ROFLcast, we'll be covering Sweet or Sheet. We will be talking about those TV shows, whether they are renewed or canceled. We'll have our own panelists guess what happens. And at the end, we'll be watching a set of movie trailers, a couple movie trailers, and a whole bunch of video game trailers. And we'll get commentary and live reactions for that. Remember to follow @Achilles at ROFLcast on Twitter, ROFLcast.com, brand new website. Also subscribe to the podcast. We're back on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Podcast One. So first off, let's get into the most important news. I don't want to, people try to save the good stuff for the end. They want people to listen throughout the entire episode. But I just want to get right to the good stuff. It's true that Dave Coulier, a.k.a. Uncle Joey from Full House, is returning for Fuller House. You guys, the shocked and the expressions of you two pretty much sums up how we all feel. This is probably the best news any of us have ever had.
Are you joking?
Yes.
Is this an actual thing?
This is actually happening. No, this is really happening.
What is the plot of Fuller House?
So
exactly.
This is awesome.
No, I can already figure this out.
All right, let's hear it.
There's going to be more children in the house from some of the other people, probably the girls that grew up in there.
Yeah, there will be some of those. So
you're saying it was a prequel to Home Alone?
I actually preview any show on TV as a prequel to Home Alone. Okay, so here's what the Fuller House is officially about. So the adventures that began in 1987 on Full House continue with veterinarian DJ Tanner Fuller, Cameron Burr, pregnant and recently widowed, living in San Francisco. DJ's younger sister and aspiring musician Stephanie Tanner, Sweeten, and DJ's lifelong best friend and fellow single mother, Kimmy Gibbler, Barber, along with Kimmy's feisty teenage daughter Ramona, all moved to help take care of DJ's two boys, the rebellious 12-year-old JD and the neurotic 7-year-old Max, and her soon-to-arrive baby. Reprising their roles will be Uncle Jesse and Uncle Joey.
The dad's not coming back?
They're talking about they're talking to Bob Saget, the Olsen twins, and Lori Loughlin about doing kind of cameo appearances, but not as main characters. They already have a pretty full house. So the reason it's called Fuller House is because her last name is now Fuller. It's fucking awful. I'm going to chalk this up to another Girl Meets World scenario where I'm just not going to watch it.
Was Girl Meets World a spinoff to Boys Meet World?
Yes,
Boy
was.
Meets World?
Yes, it was.
I never saw it. Like, I heard
Oh, really?
about
Yeah,
it.
it's on TV. It's really awful. That was really the only thing you need to talk about. Thanks for listening to ROFLcast. I'm just kidding. We got more.
Well, is it okay if I just speak about Girl Meets World for a second?
Please do. Please.
So, I haven't seen it, but I'm going to guess it's bad because Boy Meets World was not good because of the title. It was good because somebody put a lot of effort into it. Like the first episodes that you see in Boy Meets World, there's a lot of good shots. The dialogue is good. The actors put up a good show. But the show itself, the ideas, most of them are generic. So you could change the title to anything and you'd have the same thing. It was the actors and the people behind the cameras that made that show work. Girl Meets World only works if they were able to reproduce that, not the title.
Well, Ben Savage and Danielle Fishel came back.
Yeah, they had Topanga and Corey, so they had really the essence of it. Topanga, still hot.
Well, what about the teacher? He kind of made
Mr.
some of those
Feeney?
episodes.
He must be dead.
Canonically, in the show, he must be dead.
I think a whole bunch of people came back. Like, a lot of these, 90s stars from they're really cashing in on this, nostalgia factor.
Okay. I have the wiki page up. It says, following characters from Boy Meets World made reappearances in this series. Sean Hunter, George Feeney, Alan Matthews,
so Feeney did show up.
Stuart Minkus.
Minkus, what a faggot.
Harley Kleiner, Joshua Matthews.
So everyone,
when I'm bored enough, I might watch some episodes. But I do remember the last season of Boy Meets World, and it did start to go the same way as every other show. So I my hopes are still low for that one. Fuller House, I'm not going to see a single episode.
Yeah, I'm not going to... Well, I'm not going to perpetuate the cashing in of nostalgia for the sake of nostalgia. The thing is about these shows that none of them are good. Boy Meets World wasn't that good. Full House wasn't that good. Family Matters wasn't that good. They were just shitty TV sitcoms. It is what it is.
Wait a minute. They're bringing Family Matters is back?
No, I wish. If that one's coming back, I'd actually... That or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I'd actually give a shit about. But literally everything else, I can give a fuck.
Pre-Steve Urkel Family Matters, I want to see that happen.
Urkel? God, why would you even want that? I want Stefan and Urkel and Urkelbot.
I saw the first 3 episodes of I can't even Family Matters.
Wow, he wasn't in the first 3 episodes?
No, he wasn't even meant to be a main character. The main character was the wife. Like, this was her spin-off show from
Happy Days or something.
Cousin Strangers.
Perfect Strangers.
Perfect Strangers. There we go.
Balky and Larry.
Yeah, like she was the lift attendant, and then she got her own show.
Well, let's move on up. All right, we're gonna get some sweeter sheet news real quick. We'll do one remake and a whole bunch of Star Wars news, possible stuff, whatever. Okay, so first off, speaking of remakes, Beverly Hills 4 has been scrubbed. It doesn't look like it's coming out anymore. Is that sweet or is that sheet? Soman.
Sweet.
Squaff.
Sweet.
You guys weren't excited for Beverly Hills Cop 4? I fucking love Beverly Hills Cop.
Okay, they can't really make another Banana in the Muffler gag original, and that's really the only reason I care about the movies. Like the Axel Foley riff, bah, 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 and then Banana and Muffler. That's all I care about.
See, there's the thing though. You could put the Axel Foley theme song into anything. You could just shove it in, so you don't have to wait for another Beverly Hills Cop to hear that. The first 2 movies had their own thing going on, and I liked them because they were semi-action, semi-serious. The third movie was just wacky. I don't like Eddie Murphy's pretty old now. I don't think he can play the action role anymore.
It wasn't that action heavy. I mean, there were stunts and stuff. The first
one.
Yeah, definitely.
The third one had a lot less. They relied more on the zaniness, but he didn't have to. I believe he was hanging from a Ferris wheel at one point. So
yeah, maybe.
There was still some action to it. I want to see Eddie Murphy and things that he can do now, but if they're going to do another Beverly Hills Cop, I'd rather... I don't know. What are you going to do with it? Without Eddie Murphy, even if you do a reboot, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with the series now?
Nothing.
What does Eddie Murphy do now?
He makes really crappy movies like that
Norbit.
Norbit, or
and
the
Waffles.
1,000 words, 10,000 words, or Big Mama's House. No, wait, that's racist.
Oh, do you know if you look on his IMDb page,
you get on an essay watch list, be like, what are you doing?
Under his notable movies, the 4 that you always see for people.
Yeah.
Norbit is one of them.
Of course it is. That's one of the recommended ones. Oh my god. I can't. You think that an agent somewhere would be like, yeah, don't do that. Just don't let people know about this.
Oh, I think at this point in his career, he's his own agent, and that's why there's no one keeping him from making bad decisions.
Well, did you see his old stuff though? Like all of his old stuff, all of it is better than what he's making now. The worst that he made back then, better than what he's making now. The one where he has to protect some magical little boy who then is being attacked by Satan, and he must destroy Satan, was better than anything he's making now.
That's fair enough.
I kind of want to watch that movie now.
I always want to watch that movie. If you're not watching that movie, you're making mistakes with your life. So with Star Wars news, George Lucas's original idea for the Star Wars sequel, which he'd already started working on for Episode 7, was completely scrapped, and so he now has no idea what the hell they're doing. Sweet or sheet? Squaff.
Sweet.
Soman?
Sweet.
Okay, so all of us are happy that they're ignoring that fucking moron, because I think it's pretty much revealed now that, Lucas is like a crazy old senile monster. And he says that the remakes, like, the movies that were, when they re-released the original movies with all the digital enhancements that pretty much ruined the film and, changing stuff around, changing some of the dialogue. He said, oh, no, this is the movie I wanted to make the whole time. I felt like, Star Wars is only 30% done. I'm finally getting to do it. But if you wanted the movie to be like that, that's just a bold-faced lie because you made Guido shoot first. If you wanted to make that movie, you would have made that movie. But instead you had Han do it.
Yeah, see, I can swallow the incredible jism that is like him saying, oh, I couldn't do these effects back in the day, so I want to update them. But saying you want to do plot things differently back in the day, why didn't you just fucking do it?
Some of it is you could see as lies for different reasons. The original 3 movies, 4, 5, and 6, there was some slapstick comedy every once in a while without the CGI. Most of his CGI crap that he adds afterwards is slapstick comedy. I can buy that he wants to update the Planet Mouth. The Planet Mouth thing that shows up in 6. Right. I get that. Maybe it should have been different. I think probably because the mouth thing, how does that thing live for so long?
The Sarlacc pit, you mean?
Yeah. How can that thing live without somebody feeding it stuff? Because it has no way to actually grab things in the original version.
It's just a giant vagina, let's be honest.
Yeah. So he adds a way for the Sarlacc pit to actually grab things.
That's Galactus's mom's vagina, so you know.
The CGI is still terrible because of the year in which he did it, but
yeah, it's Mac effects from early 2000. They look like garbage today. If it's gonna look outdated, just let it look outdated. The puppets look outdated, but guess what? This old ass CG looks even more outdated somehow.
Oh, it's the worst. And not only that, but most of the CGI that he added was slapstick humor or something just as.
It was a bunch of Jar Jar Binksisms. I bet by the time he fully remakes those movies, every character will be replaced with Jar Jar Binks, and every laser blast will be replaced with a radio.
Every 5 minutes, you're going to see somebody tripping in the background and making a goofy noise.
Yeah, remember, he keeps enhancing the wrinkles on Jabba's skin.
Jabba is arguably the sexiest character in the DC or in the Marvel universe. Yeah, their Marvel universe. Now, because they're tying them in together. Thanks, Disney. Next up, Aaron Taylor Johnson, aka minor spoiler for Age of Ultron. Jump ahead a minute. Says that Quicksilver, after his death in Avengers 2, Whedon says that he's dead, like he's fucking dead. And Aaron Taylor Johnson wants to come back for more movies, but Whedon insists he's fucking dead. Sweet or sheet? Soman.
Sheet, because I thought it was Kevin Feige that said, not Whedon.
I'm reading Whedon's comments right now. I can quote you. It felt very disingenuous for me, especially the second time around, to make what I refer to as a war movie and then say there's no price to pay and everyone walks away. In this movie, we're saying, prove to me that you guys are heroes, and he in fact does it.
Okay, no, let's back up a bit.
Hold on, Squaff, sweet or sheet?
Sheet.
All right, 2 sheets. Let's go.
Quicksilver was not an Avenger. If you wanted to kill off an Avenger, you should have established an Avenger you were willing to kill off and had him die in that movie. Like before that movie, because if you do it in that movie, then it's just a throwaway character. Well, that's what you did. Quicksilver's from that movie. That's the only one he's from. Whedon is supposed to be an amazing writer. So why is such an amazing writer using tactics you would find in a cartoon with a very low budget? The idea that you bring somebody in and then kill them off right there to show the price that you pay, garbage. You paid no price. You didn't build up this character. He's in one movie. The movie you killed him off in.
We have to remember, though, that the directors actually have not as much power as we'd like to think when it comes to this. And it's mostly decided by fucking suits.
He's backing this. He's saying that this is how it should happen because there should be a price to pay. That's not a price. You didn't pay any price. If you would have killed off Widow, that would have been a price. If
introducing a throwaway character and murdering them is the cheapest fucking Harry Potter trick you can do. Really.
Which Harry Potter?
Well, I mean, Harry Potter, the Half-Blood Prince. Like, they always introduce characters later to help solve storyline issues because she didn't think out the plot fully. And had a whole bunch of holes. You know, my problem with it is that Coulson, Nick Fury, Bucky Barnes, Loki, Groot. How many more people have to die and come back before I'm like, okay. You know?
Not only that, but if they would have just killed off Coulson, that would have been the perfect one. There's not a big fan base for this character, but you've had him in several movies. He's played out a role. You've given him a destination. and he dies, and there's the price that you pay. But they brought him back, and that was Whedon who wanted to do that. Well, I have a feeling that was probably partly Stan Lee, since he showed a bunch of.
It's actually one word. It's Stanley, like Madonna.
Oh. I always thought that was a first and last name.
Common misconception.
Yeah, my fault. Robert Stanley. He's got a bunch of animations on his YouTube, and a lot of them said Coulson lives at the end of them. I figured it was just a joke, but as it turns out, Coulson lives.
Hashtag Coulson lives was a thing, yeah.
Yeah, you can't kill off a character who was introduced solely in the movies and is not... Like, you don't need him. You could have paid your price right there. You built up this character, and then you killed him off. There's your price to pay. But no, you kill off a character you introduced in the same movie.
Yeah, there's really no reason for it.
Other than, I guess, Fox has rights to proper mutant Quicksilver, right? So I'm assuming they want to push Scarlet Witch while Fox can keep Quicksilver.
I still don't like it.
Which is funny because, they didn't use Scarlet Witch in the movie. That's actually a very interesting observation.
They removed Hawkeye from the lineup, and who knows if he's going to cameo in any other movies, but they could have killed him off.
Yeah, he shows up in Captain America.
I wouldn't have been too happy about it if they killed off Hawkeye, because I like him as a character, the one person who does. Mm-hmm. But they could have killed him off right there and given him a really good death, because he would have died shielding a child.
And they were raising all the flags for it anyways.
Yeah, they were like, "You're a man among gods. I fear you the most. Stop pushing me downstairs." And
this will be the last one. I'll be back, honey.
Listen, you can either stay inside this house and be safe, or you can come out there where I'm eventually going to die and become an Avenger. Why'd you say that? I don't know.
I'm not allowed to talk about it legally. I just can't mention it. All right.
I'm gonna go out and shield that child now.
Next up, Tom Hardy wants to be Punisher for Marvel. Yes, Bane wants to now be Punisher. Soman.
Sheet.
Squaff.
Sweet.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, why sweet, why sheet?
I'll go. Okay. Tom Jane is the Punisher no matter what. He was already in #Dirty Laundry.
Yes.
So that's it. That's all you need.
He's a great Punisher.
Ray Stevenson was a pretty bad Punisher.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay. But that movie was directed by a woman, so that could have been part of it. Just kidding. She's an excellent director. Directed a movie called Green Street Hooligans. Wonderful film. I like Tom Hardy as an actor. I think he's really amazing. I just don't think he's the Punisher. When you think Frank Castle, you think someone more grizzled, more... Well, I mean, he can do it, but he's like a grizzled British guy. He's kind of refined grizzled, where I was just thinking of like a rough American dude.
So, I like it when you take American characters and you keep them American, but I think the Punisher, he's low-key enough that you could try different variations on him.
Sorry.
He's low-key enough that you can try different variations of him. Plus, we've had several Punisher movies where they've stuck with his main character. You even had the one where it looks like a workaholic dad who's gone rogue and now he's killing people. That was the Lionsgate one, from what I remember. I'd like to see what Tom Hardy can do with the character. He's already pretty big. He can play the tough human character pretty well, as we've seen
him many times.
And I think we really need some good actors to push some of the lower end characters like this, because if we don't have the good actors to push them, the average moviegoer who isn't us probably won't want to see the movie. You have to have a name to push your movie. It's just how it works.
Yeah, fair enough. I would say that he also said they wanted to Splinter Cell, which I think is a better fit for him. I think Punisher they should get a director first before they get a star. Like they build these movies around stars is the wrong idea to take it. They should, like, the reason the Wolverine was one of the most, like, the best X-Men movies was because it was built around Darren Aronofsky. You know what I mean? Like, and I know he ended up directing it, and James Mangold did the first one. Who did the second one? We'll double check that. But yeah, either way, like, the director of Tootsie did the first one, and he came from like an acclaimed movie and just fucking ran that shit into the ground. But, the Wolverine was really, really great because it wasn't just like focused around, building a star. They already had a star. So I'm not sure how I feel about this, but, more power to them. Joss Whedon fought tooth and nail for one thing in Age of Ultron, one thing he was pushing hard for, and that was to keep Spider-Man in the film. He was not able to. So now Spider-Man, as a property, they'll have to introduce him later. Is that sweet or is that sheet?
For what movie?
For the next Avengers movie.
Sheet, because I know I checked the Phase 3 page yesterday, and Spider-Man is listed for 2017, I believe.
Exactly.
And I don't want another fucking origin story. Like,
it's not. It's going to be a 4-part story that's going to briefly mention his origin, but it's going to be about something else, is what they said.
Okay, I hope it's Kraven's Last Hunt.
Oh god, what the best storyline ever. That and The Other, I think, are the two best Spider-Man storylines ever.
But I think still Sheet, because Age of Ultron would have made more sense if they had built up with other superheroes and other supervillains before Tony starts chimping out about threats to Earth.
Yeah. Excuse me. And Squaff.
Sweet. I would rather so most of the characters from the original Avengers got their own standalones, except for Widow and Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And while I know they're not popular enough to get their own standalones to build them up first, Spider-Man is, and I know that nobody wants to see another origin story. We get it every other year. Mm-hmm. But I would like to see them setting up Spider-Man before the Avengers movie, so we know what to expect from the character, and what his world is like in this universe.
I hate it. I hate the idea of him joining the Avengers. They don't need him. He needs to be in Fantastic Four or the like. They should really put him in other movies, but they shouldn't have him. They should have him maybe peripherally as like a one-off in Avengers, but they really should not focus on him.
I know a lot of people are like, oh, but he's part of the Avengers. Do you know how many people are part of the Avengers?
Yeah,
Spider-Man
exactly.
is more like a guest person.
Then where's She-Hulk? Where's Doctor Strange? Where's the fucking...
Wolverine's been on like 5 Avengers teams.
Exactly. He's been on... Arguably,
all at the same
more Avengers
time.
than Hawkeye. Exactly. All right, next sweeter sheet. So we talked last week about the director from the new Star Wars standalone film being booted off because of his issues making the Fantastic Four and with issues making Chronicle. But so now a new name is being floated around. Joe Johnston, who directed Jurassic Park 3, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Jumanji, and Captain America, The First Avenger, might be taking over the new standalone Star Wars movie that possibly features Boba Fett. Sweeter sheet, Soman?
Sweet.
Squaff?
Sweet.
Yeah, I think this is sheet. I think this is awful sheet because Joe Johnston's a shit director and Captain America sucked massive balls. Jurassic Park 3 sucked too.
I liked Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I love that movie. And The Rocketeer, and The Pagemaster, and Jumanji, and October Sky. And then all of a sudden, as soon as the Millennium hit, nothing good. Hidalgo, Jurassic Park 3, The Wolfman, The First Avenger, Not Safe for Work. Just like nothing good.
I didn't care for most of those movies, but I didn't think The First Avenger was that bad. And Boba Fett is the one that we're talking about, right?
Likely.
I think that Boba Fett, with similar scenes to what you see in First Avengers, wouldn't be such a bad idea. But I don't know. I think Boba Fett is going to come down to what the screenplay is like, because we saw what they did with Boba Fett in episodes 1, 2, and 3. Where are you going to go from there?
I guess, really, because Boba's just a baby. Baby
yeah,
Boba.
But it establishes Boba in those movies. Well, in the second movie, and it's like, where do you go from there? You just made him a little baby clone guy, and he just lost his father. He's stranded on this planet. Is he taken as a slave?
Yeah, you think Lama Sue's going to raise him?
Yeah, like you did not like. This comes back to George Lucas again. What the hell, man? You didn't figure out anything for this kid in your fucking movie that you established him in. He's just stranded on this planet inside a coliseum filled with angry assholes, and he's left there. So what are they going to do for this movie? The director, he seems competent to me, so sweet on that end. But until they show me a screenplay or give me some ideas of what they're doing here, it does not sound like a movie I'm going to watch anyway. So sweet.
All right, fair enough. Moving on. So we know that Joss Whedon is not directed in the third Avengers film. It will be directed by Joe and Anthony Russo, who directed the Captain America, Winter Soldier, which I think is the best of the Marvel Cinematic Universe films. They are taking over for for Infinity War, so that leaves Whedon free. So the rumor is, and they seem pretty likely, that Whedon is taking over directing Episode 9. Sweet or sheet, Squaff?
Star Wars Episode 9?
Yes.
Sweet.
Soman?
Sheet?
Interesting. Okay, let's hear it.
I think it's just weird for, like, say, this is supposed to be sort of self-contained trilogy, right? I think it's weird to switch up directors.
Well, they did for the original trilogy.
Yeah, but they were still working closely. This just sounds like they're bringing in, like, a ringer at the last moment.
Yeah, he definitely is a ringer. It's definitely true.
Well, for me, I'm not very fond of Joss Whedon. I don't particularly care for a lot of his work, but I have seen quite a lot of his work, and I think he can do the space opera thing decently. I think his childish way of seeing the world fits perfectly into the Star Wars fantasy as well. There are plenty of really dark Star Wars books, but if you look at the original 3 movies, they're not very dark. Some dark things happen, but
they're light fantasy. They're like Stardust.
So I think Josh Whedon has the dark side of that kind of stuff with Firefly, but all of his other work shows that he can do the light shining in the darkness kind of thing, the Skywalker prevails kind of thing, and I think he could do this series justice as a director. Again, for me, these movies always come back to who's writing it. I mean, because my favorite movie is the first RoboCop, and that came back to who was writing it. So
was that did Verhoeven write it or just direct it?
He directed it. It was 2 friend writers that created it, and they're the ones who, like, they were the first people on the job. They pushed their script onto people until somebody finally took it. Mm-hmm. So all of the political commentary and stuff that you get in RoboCop, that was all them. They did all that, but all the stuff like the rocket launcher that they used to blow up the car, that was definitely the director.
Yeah. Oh, obviously. We've all seen Verhoeven movies. What's her name? Elizabeth Shue talks about on Doug Loves Movies podcast. He actually had to go back and cut it out, but I listened to the live one. How Paul Verhoeven kept trying to get her to show her boobs and like everything. He like kept writing scenes trying to get her to show her boobs.
It's good. I think it was a really good pairing for the 3 of them, the 2 writers and the director. Again, I think if you give Josh Whedon somebody else to write the script for Star Wars 9, I think it'd be really good. I think there's a winning team there if they just look hard enough for a good writer.
Let's go on. Next up for news, Preacher. We got the full cast list for Preacher. Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, the team behind Superbad, is taking on one of the darkest, grittiest, most serious comics I've ever read, Preacher by Garth Ennis, because, Superbad definitely had that tone. So Jamie Ann Alleman and Derek Wilson will be cast as Betsy and Donnie Schneck. It's the first people that encounter Jesse Custer after he's gotten his powers. After that, we have Ruth Negga from World War Z, Isolation and The Samaritan, playing the main love interest. We have Joseph Gilgun, who was like the best fucking character on Misfits, a British TV show. You haven't seen it. It's amazing. But called Rudy Wade. He was a really, really great character. And Dominic Cooper, our own Winter Soldier himself, is playing Preacher. Sweet or sheet, Squaff?
Kind of excited for the actors in the movie, but I don't know enough about the series, so I'm just going to say sheet on that.
Summon?
Same.
I don't like the idea of Preacher being in the hands of like Seth and Evan, because they're very, very funny and they're very good at what they do, but I've never seen anything that Seth Rogen had written that really resonated with me on a personal or spiritual level the way that Preacher does is literally one of the most intense things I've ever seen. And what has Rogan wrote Sausage Party, The Interview, This Is the End, The Watch, Green Hornet, Pineapple Express,
wait a minute.
Drill Bit
He
Taylor,
wrote the
Superbad. Yeah. He did the story with the actual writing was done by someone else, but the story and setup and stuff was all done with him and Franco. And the Ali G show, like that's none of these, like Drill Bit Taylor doesn't get me like excited that he's doing like the most intense like spiritual war movie I've ever that could ever be made.
He has no serious work under his filmography.
That's the better way of saying it. And it makes me worry for the series. The actors are fantastic, but for them, I don't know. All right, Batman director shortlist includes 50-50 director, Pitch Perfect director, and Napoleon Dynamite director. That's Jonathan Levine, Ted Melfi, Jason Moore, and Jared Hess. Is that sweet or is that sheet? Soman.
Sheet? Because I don't really understand.
Squaff?
One of those names sounded good to me, so I'm going to say sweet.
Okay, so these are the Spider-Man shortlist directors. These are the directors they're considering for Spider-Man. It's coming out July 28th, 2017, but they don't have a director yet. We know I liked Pitch Perfect, but I don't know if Jason Moore can do a good job. I loved 50-50. I think it's probably one of the best movies I saw that year. But as far as like Jonathan Levine's other work, like Warm Bodies or The Whackness, it just didn't really resonate with me, and I hate fucking Napoleon Dynamite. So I think there's a sheet all the way around. I wanted like a good director, and none of these get me excited for Spider-Man.
Well, I'm just gonna disagree a little bit. I think that there are plenty of things wrong with Napoleon Dynamite. When it first came out, I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah,
I've seen it several times since then, and I think what really sets it apart from what it came from, the short film that it comes from, is how well all the scenes are put together. It starts out pretty bad, but there are a lot of really good scenes after you get past the short film that they reworked into the movie. I think if you take the tone and everything that you had from something like Napoleon Dynamite and you put it into a Spider-Man film, you might have something. Like, Spider-Man has not always been this too dark for you kind of story that we keep on seeing happening over and over again. He also has a light side to him. So I definitely want to see the light side Spider-Man for once on the big screen.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of saw that with the Raimi one. It was very campy.
They really tried, at least. But you kill off what's his face's father in the first one, and it kind of goes downhill from there.
Mm-hmm.
All crying from there. Not from the audience, from Peter Parker.
From Piotr Pracker. Yeah, I just think they're going to fuck this up again. They got Asa Butterfield probably playing Spider-Man, who has entered Ender's Game. Another bad idea. I liked actually him. I think he did a very good job. But just once again, just should have done Donald Glover and like Spike Lee or something. Made like a crazy choice. Do something very urban with Spider-Man. But, this is an idea. Rosario Dawson's coming back for season 2 of Daredevil. That's not really a sweeter sheet. I'm just fucking happy because I think Daredevil's fucking awesome. Now let's get into a couple things I want to rant about some bullshit, and then we'll get into the TV shows that were canceled. So, okay, I'm going to just read the list of all the characters appearing in Captain America Civil War. Chris Evans, Steve Rogers, Tony Stark, Natasha Romanoff, Winter Soldier, Falcon, Vision, Hawkeye, War Machine, Scarlet Witch, Ant-Man, Black Panther, Agent 13, Crossbones, General Thunderbolt Ross by William Hurt. That's right, because of that fucking stupid post-credit scene in The Incredible Hulk, the Ed Norton bullshit, where Tony shows up and talks to William Hurt and says, I'm putting together a team. That movie is now officially canon. If they didn't have that scene, they could have just wiped it from the slate. But they had to put their fucking Easter eggs in, so that shit movie is now canon. So now reprising his role, the only person reprising his role from the Hulk movie is William Hurt.
So, wait, which Ant-Man?
Which Ant-Man is he?
Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
Scott Lang. He's Scott Lang.
Well, because the all the buzz around the Ant-Man movie suggests that Hank Pym is going to show up. So,
do you think so?
At least in the Ant-Man movie, he shows up.
Does he?
Yeah, they talk about Pym particles. Like,
yeah, they do, but I think they just refer to him. I don't think they're just trying to stay away from Hank, because we talked about last week, he's just like a shit-on character.
Well, I think this might be their way of redeeming the character. Start with the man that he helped out instead of starting with Hank fucking things up. Plus, I heard, I think I read this on Cinema Blend. So, source Cinema Blend, probably. You could go read their thing to find out. They talked about it and said that Hank Pym should be showing up because they're going to work in Hank's involvement in Ultron. Like, before Tony got a hold of Ultron, what did Hank do that helped? Like, they're still putting Hank in as, like, a co-creator of Ultron. They're going to work that in.
Well, yeah, that's why they pushed they fast-tracked Ant-Man to be the epilogue for Phase 2. They wanted
they're really
tie it
fucking. It started out with such a bang, and they're really just fucking up because Civil War Captain America is essentially another Avengers movie. Look at the fucking list. This is more of an Avengers movie than the last Avengers movie.
Did you hear what they're doing with Civil War? It's not going to be about registration act.
I know. This is going to be them just fighting off a fucking villain.
Yeah, I was told they're still disagreeing, though. So they're going to be fighting over something.
So here's what the official synopsis says. Captain America Civil War picks up where Avengers Age of Ultron left off, as Steve Rogers leads a new team of Avengers in their continued efforts to safeguard humanity. After another international incident involving the Avengers resulting in collateral damage, political pressure mounts to install a system of accountability and a governing body to determine when to enlist the services of a team. The new status quo fractured the Avengers while trying to protect the world from a new and nefarious villain. Ugh. The whole thing about Civil War that made it good, it was that it was all the characters we loved fighting each other. There was no villain. They were the villains. And it was their war causing even more destruction when they realized that together they were worse off than any of the villains were. And that made, Captain America turn himself in and all that bullshit. That's a great story. This is not a great story.
This is just pretty much generic Avengers plot.
Yeah, and why do they have all these people in this fucking movie? You don't need all these people. The last Captain America movie was perfect. It made a pocket universe for Steve. Steve had his own adventure where he was leader and he was the main focal point. They expanded the universe and still tied into other movies without stepping on their toes. Had a couple fun cameos, and that was it. It was a containable, good, told story, and it wasn't told by juggling 50 characters. It was told by making 4 characters very, very interesting. Black Widow, Steve Rogers, Winter Soldier, and Robert Redford.
I'm starting to see what they're doing with this movie now. Up until this point, they have yet to establish Steve Rogers as the leader of the Avengers. From what I'm being told, that's going to be the argument in this movie. Who's the guy on top? Who decides to direct these?
Well, they kind of try to kind of wink at that a little bit in the last movie when Agent Coulson comes in and is like, "Is this what you want to do?" And then Tony says, "Don't look at me. He's the one in charge. I just pay for everything."
Yeah. Well, I think this is the movie where they establish it. They're just going to use Civil War as a way of saying, "Look, Steve Rogers is in charge when Infinity Wars happens. Steve Rogers is the guy that everybody's going to be looking towards because he's the one who dealt with Civil War. He's the guy who stood on top when everything was done." Although they could just do a giant flip and who knows, Agent Coulson becomes the leader of the Avengers. We don't know. Like, we're dealing with
according to Nick Fury, Agent Coulson is a member of the Avengers.
Yeah, exactly. It's stupid. Another thing I want to complain about is I like movies in 16:9. I do not like 4:3. I got rid of a standard def television a very long time ago and never looked back. And now the new Avengers movie, Infinity War, will be the first movie shot entirely on IMAX cameras, which means it's going to be 4:3, the entire movie.
Wait, what?
So when you take that movie home and you pop it in your Blu-ray player, the entire movie you see will not be the one you saw in theaters because it will be cropped. That or it'll have big black bars on the side making 4:3.
Nah, they gotta have a pan and scan version at least.
They will. Of course, they always have a pan and scan version. It just always is cropped, right? They just zoom in and crop it.
Ugh.
That's what they did for Batman. It's like when you watch the Batman Blu-ray and you see that opening scene when the Dark Knight, the Dark Knight, when Joker's robbing the bank. That scene was shot entirely in IMAX. So that 11 minutes when you watch it on your TV, it looks a little weird because it's cropped on the top and the bottom.
I don't think you're thinking about the positives here. Now that it's in 4:3 and when you get it on DVD, it's going to be cropped. Blu-ray. Mm-hmm. You are going to be able to see the only part of Thanos that matters, and that's his weird chin thing that they copied from Darkseid.
Yeah, exactly. They copied a lot of things from Darkseid. Okay, less negativity, more happiness. Universal Studios is developing a Nintendo Land theme park. Oh my god! How fucking excited are you about this? It'll be like a Zelda Island and a fucking Ninja Castle and a Mario Island, and Yoshi's Island. Oh my god, Yoshi's Island.
You think they're just going to copy the layout for Disneyland?
No, but they have they're gonna have go-karts that are gonna be like Mario Kart. They made this harness system that allows you to jump really high, and they have these really plushy obstacles. You jump over hedges and big brick walls, and jump on platforms and stuff using this bungee harness that makes you really, really lightweight. So you feel like Mario. That's fucking incredible.
So wait, you're telling me they're just gonna make the Nintendo Land Wii U game basically real?
Yes.
Did you play that Wii U game?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Ninja Castle. I slipped in that little Ninja Castle reference. I wasn't sure if anyone got that. I'm so stoked to see what a Zelda ride could look like. Man. That would blow the fuck out of my mind. And you know that if you have a DS, it's probably gonna connect to the park and have park maps and special coupons and special characters for your games and shit if you visit. And there's just so much cool shit they can do right now.
Is this for America or for Japan?
This is America, because Universal Studios, right? So
yeah,
likely it'll be America. Because here's where Universal currently has parks: Los Angeles, Orlando, Singapore, and Japan. They're looking at South Korea, Dubai, Moscow, and Beijing, but not for this. Probably in the U.S. We're fucking going, guys. We're fucking going. And also, not only that, Universal Orlando is getting Skull Island, the Reign of King Kong. There, it's gonna be fucking cool. I'm really, really excited. I love the King Kong ride at Universal as a kid, and now that they're doing a whole island, it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Well, if I go, I'm gonna wear a Sonic T-shirt.
A Sonic? Oh, at the Marvel Studios.
Yeah. And the back of it Nintendo needs to say Sega does what Nintendo don't.
That's fucking rough, buddy. All right, and let's get into our second last segment. We're going to go through the list of TV shows, and you're going to guess if it's renewed or canceled. And you guys just shout them out at the same time. Here we go. Castle.
Canceled.
Renewed. That's one for Squaff.
Yeah.
All right. Revenge.
Canceled.
Renewed.
Canceled. Two for Squaff.
Damn.
Once Upon a Time.
Renewed.
Renewed.
It's renewed. Modern Family.
Renewed.
Canceled.
Renewed. Modern Family is a huge show. That'll never happen. 2-1.
I can always hope.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Renewed.
Renewed.
Yep. Agent Carter.
Renewed.
Renewed.
2 reneweds. Selfie. The TV show about selfies.
Canceled.
Canceled.
Yep. Shark Tank.
Canceled.
Renewed.
Renewed. It's 2-2. The Taste.
Canceled.
Canceled.
Canceled. I'm so sad. I love Anthony Bourdain and Nigella Lawson. Nigella Lawson is the queen of my boners. I love her. Two Broke Girls.
Canceled.
Renewed.
I'm going to give you guys both a point because that show should be canceled. The fact that it's fucking still going is so unbearably bad. Big Bang Theory.
Canceled,
Renewed.
please.
Renewed for 2 seasons.
Oh, fuck.
CSI Cyber.
What the fuck is that?
Canceled.
That's the one that had the Gamergate episode, the CSI episode. The CSI. It's the CSI Cyber Crime Unit.
Renewed.
I thought that was SVU.
No, it's Oh, yeah, the SVU. Sorry. CSI Cyber is doing a Gamergate episode as well. It's fucking renewed. CSI can make whatever the fuck they want. CSI Cyber? Who uses the word cyber? Cyber sounds like a plot to a hacker movie from 1996.
You know who uses it? People who think you can cyberbully.
I wish you could. I want to cyberbully them until they stop using it. Hawaii 5-0.
Renewed.
The McCarthys.
Canceled.
Early. Ooh. That one's even especially brutal. Probably because what's his name? It's the Ritter's son, right? John Ritter's son. The Millers. The Millers and the McCarthys. Same network, same time slot, or same like one after the other.
Should I be saying canceled?
Yeah, you should be saying canceled. NCIS, Los Angeles, New Orleans, and NCIS. All three.
Renewed.
All renewed. Person of interest?
Renewed.
Canceled.
Renewed. That's 3-2. Reckless.
Canceled.
Renewed.
Canceled. 3-3. American Idol.
Renewed.
2 seasons, motherfucker. Bob's Burgers.
Renewed.
Yeah, absolutely. If that wasn't renewed, I'd kill myself. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Canceled.
Renewed.
It's coming back. I'm really happy. It's a really, really funny show. Backstrom.
Canceled.
Kitchen Nightmares.
Renewed.
Canceled.
Whoa.
I know. I never thought in a million years they'd cancel around.
Is it because of that like bitch in New York who like everyone started brigading? Yeah, everyone started brigading her. Is that why?
Yeah, that's probably why.
I don't know. That seems so odd. Like, how many other reality TV shows about kitchens have they ever canceled?
I don't know. I actually don't know, because I know that all of like Ramsey's shows just keep going until he switches to something else, like MasterChef and MasterChef Junior, shit like that. Just keep going indefinitely.
Most of these TV shows, at least, like they hit the finishing point that they want to in this reality.
Top Chef will never end. Top Chef built the entire network of Bravo, essentially. Okay, The Mindy Project, my favorite show on Fox.
Renewed.
Canceled.
It's canceled.
But might go to Hulu.
Yes, that is very positive news. I hope it goes to Hulu. That show's so funny, and she's so funny in it. New Girl.
Renewed.
The white version of the Mini Project sticks around. Sleepy Hollow.
Renewed.
It's renewed. Surprisingly. So You Think You Can Dance.
Renewed.
For 2 seasons. Utopia.
Canceled.
Yeah, Utopia was canceled. That was a very expensive show, and it sucked hard. And I was surprised that it even lasted that long. But I might be wrong. It might be a very good show. I might be an idiot. The X Factor.
Renewed.
Canceled.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There is hope. Celebrity Apprentice.
Renewed.
About a boy.
Renewed.
Canceled.
We're tied again. What a fuck.
Allegiance.
Renewed.
Canceled.
Oh, leading.
Chicago Fire.
Canceled.
Renewed.
Yeah.
Chicago PD.
Renewed.
Constantine.
Canceled.
Squaff?
It's canceled.
Yeah, it's
Like, I already
canceled.
knew this one.
Oh god, it's so sad it's canceled.
Well, they didn't let him smoke, so
Yeah, fuck that show. It actually did suck. Grimm?
renewed.
Unfortunately. State of Affairs.
Renewed.
Canceled.
Oof.
Oh.
Now for my favorite network, the CW. Arrow.
Renewed.
The Flash.
Renewed.
Beauty and the Beast.
Canceled.
Renewed. God damn it. iZombie.
Leading by 2. Canceled.
Renewed.
Renewed.
Leading by 1.
Heart of Dixie.
Renewed.
Canceled.
Canceled. It's tied up.
Dang it.
Masters of Illusion.
Renewed.
Renewed. The Messengers.
Renewed.
Canceled.
Canceled.
Dang
Nice.
2 left. Vampire
Renewed.
Whose line is that anyway?
Renewed.
The end of the tie. Great job, guys. Let's get a round of applause here.
No, he
Well
didn't.
done.
He won, and I will get you for that.
Yeah, I gave. Oh no, actually, he may have. Yeah, he did win because you said the wrong answer, and I gave you a point anyway as a joke. So yeah, it was you. It was a deficit. Great. So it turns out, Squaff, you now have to cut off one finger as per the previously agreed on rules. So you can get to it.
I'll cut off one of his fingers.
And while we do that, we'll get set up for the trailers. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to go into our trailer mode. So first off, I'm going to be talking about vacation. It is things that people take to get away from work. It is a movie that is directed by John Francis Daly and Jonathan M. Goldstein, a couple of Jews, starring Chris Hemsworth, Leslie Mann, Christina Applegate, and Chevy motherfucking Chase. Let's check out the trailer. So we have a black screen. So far, so good. I actually like this trailer. It's going really well. We're having no bugs. It's playing completely fine.
Oh, there it goes. Or
I just skipped ahead.
Okay, we're going.
We got it.
So I'm happy Chevy Chase decided to do a sequel.
Oh, yeah. This movie was iconic.
I'm happy they decided to show us shots from the last movie.
The best trailer is when it previews a movie that this movie's not about. So Ed Helms, it looks like, is playing the son of Chevy Chase's. The son of Chevy Chase, and going on his own family vacation. So him and Applegate are married in this one. That was pretty funny.
What? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, you actually had a really awful time. Did you not see the movie?
Like, this is like if they made a They Shrunk the Kids sequel where the...
Oh, did you hear that? That's like, a great line. No one even heard of The Last Vacation. He's like, don't worry, this new vacation will stand on its own. This is pretty funny.
You'll laugh at anything.
That was funny.
Was his son really that stupid in the first movie?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll argue that these ones are slightly smarter.
Is there gonna be leeches in there? Is it feast?
Oh, come on. Ugh, gross. Anytime there's a poop joke, that's just not funny. That's so beneath her. Hey, Thor's in it. Thor has a big dick. That's apparently comedy. If you think poo humor and large penises are hilarious, then you're going to just have to spend a weekend in my house because it'll be the funniest fucking thing you've ever done. There's a really hot model in the car next to him, just like the original. Oh, she died. She actually died on screen. She got hit by a truck.
Best way to do it.
That's a weird way. That's a weird trailer,
I'm not seeing that movie.
That was a weird one.
I hate family comedies.
There's a couple good jokes in the trailer, and Ed Helms is funny. Next up, we have arguably what everyone's been waiting for, the Human Centipede 3 final sequence. Directed and written by Tom Six, of course, of his amazing other diverse movies like Human Centipede 2 and Human Centipede 1. Eric Roberts is in it. Brie Olson, the porn star, is in it. Yeah, it's... I don't even want to watch this, but we'll do it. We'll do it for you.
We can skip it. I'm okay with it.
We made a commitment to hate ourselves, and that's what we're gonna do. It won't play for me.
That wasn't scheduled. I really meant we should skip it.
Why can't it? It just doesn't want to play. This thing is like all these watch together things are fucking awful. We're gonna have to edit this now. Oh my god, this is fucking horrible. Can someone else try playing? Yep.
Oh, yeah, we kick Soman. We can watch it.
Sorry, Zoman.
Oh, not waterboarding.
He's waterboarding, dude. Brie Olsen's there. Some drunk guy yelling into the bucket. We're not making this up. I really hope you guys are watching the video version of this.
Cowboy goes to a prison.
Really unrealistic fighting. Oh, so they're going to test on prisoners? Usually when a bunch of guys in rank gear need the attention of prisoners, they just fire wildly into the air in all directions.
Is Brie Olsen a good actress? Because I don't think it takes a lot of talent to say, "Oh, fuck me harder, daddy."
I don't know. Have you tried it?
Bletchley Adolf Hitler.
This is, yeah, Fat Adolf is weird. So, hold on. The director and writer of the films is starring in the movie as himself, the guy who made the movie. So this is a movie about him making the actual movie, The Human Centipede?
Well, in the last movie, the first movie was a fictional movie. So now this is like a layer removed. This is the real world.
Oh my god, this is stupid.
I wonder if this is the world Deadpool comes from.
Yep. Deadpool was the last one on the Human Centipede.
I don't even understand why does the jail have to make it?
Well, I'm happy the villain from Friday is in this.
I actually won't watch a movie unless there's someone from the movie Friday in the film. Okay, so Human Centipede 3, guess what? They use a bunch of prisoners and do a 50-foot-long Human Centipede. Hilarious.
He looks terrible.
Next.
Is this stupid?
Yes, all of them are this dumb.
Okay. Not a single one worth watching then.
Nope. Next up, Magic Mike XXL. You know what this is about?
It's about IGN, right?
Yeah, it's mostly about IGN. Is this not? No, this is probably... Yes, this is it. This is it. We got it.
Oh no, some nudity and drug use? Is it by the people watching?
We didn't want to show...
So this is a sequel to Stomp the Yard?
Yeah. This is Stomp the Yard 8. The best parts. So just showing a bunch of guys doing random things. It's because they don't want to show the best parts in this trailer. There's a guy from True Blood walking like a faggot, dancing against a soda machine.
But he's got Metallica shirt on.
I love Metallica.
That means he's a sellout.
They're just humping things. Now he's humping a power tool. And very unsafe. They're all dressed like priests. There's a bunch of little boys. They're trying to run away. Magic Mike's chasing him down with this group of strippers.
Homosexuals.
Now there's a bunch of black women attacking him because they're not impressed with his dancing.
We're watching the same movie here.
This is not enjoyable for me.
This looks like Stomp the Yard.
I don't think any dance movie looks anything good ever. Bad, good, bad. This is bad. This is bad, bad, bad. It's our last ride. We have to go for the craziest dance of our life. We have to strip like we've never stripped before. If I just believe in myself,
we get to that yard, we gotta stop.
That yard has a bunch of potholes, and if we don't stop it, children will die. They raise the stakes for Stomp the Yard 3. Salvation.
The venomous gophers will come out of that holes and destroy us all if we do not stomp them.
Was that Donald Glover?
Yes, it is. It's the only reason why we're watching this trailer, because Donald Glover from Community is in it, a.k.a. Childish Gambino.
Evan Nash.
Sabretooth?
Oh, hey, the girl they killed off of Gotham is in this.
Mrs. Will Smith.
Yeah, Mooney Patooney or whatever they called her.
Yeah, Mooney Patooney. That's her biological name. Next up, we got Sherlock. Let's check it out.
No sheet.
Retired Sherlock Holmes back on his life, starring Ian McKellen. Magneto as Sherlock.
Magneto as Iron Man?
Yeah, wow. Damn it. Why did I not think of that?
So is this the Indiana Jones 4 of Sherlock Holmes?
Director of Gods and Monsters, Kingsley, and something else. Was that Dreamgirls? They shouldn't have advertised that.
Yeah, they said Dreamgirls.
I like literally blocked that out from my mind.
Old Sherlock Holmes, when he's talking to that boy, he needs to do one of those things where everything goes into sepia tone and he starts talking to himself about how to deal with the situation.
This is interesting enough. I like Ian McKellen as an actor. This might be an Oscar bait.
That's probably why they made it.
Yeah, he even said, "I hope I get it right before I die." I'm like, "Yeah, we get it. You want an Oscar."
They kind of look like they're standing in front of a green screen.
Really
Does he not want an Oscar?
I don't know. If he didn't win an Oscar for Lord of the Rings, the Academy should be disbanded.
This summer, Sherlock Holmes falls in love with a young man. Again.
So, is this movie supposed to be about an old person who thinks he's Sherlock Holmes?
No, he is Sherlock Holmes. He's like old and retired.
It really doesn't look like that. Plus,
it does not look like that.
Plus, exactly when was he young? Because it doesn't look like the world has aged with him.
So hold on. Doctor Strange played Iron Man, and now Magneto's playing Iron Man? Or is he playing Doctor Strange?
You're creeping me out right now.
Because Benedict Cumberbatch is Sherlock in the TV show with, oh my god, with Bilbo. Bilbo is in the other Sherlock, and now Gandalf is in a different
Hashtag
Sherlock.
It's all connected.
This is six shades of faggotry.
Almost 50 of them.
I don't understand that reference.
I liked how they made it so you couldn't really see the word Mister.
I don't like that. I need to see every letter in the title, or else I'm super angry.
That movie, I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs up buttholes, old man buttholes. We're gonna
judge a book by its cover. That's what we're gonna do. How do you review it? I'd say it's gonna be good.
I think it'll be good, but it'll actually have nothing to do with Sherlock Holmes.
Fair enough.
I think it'd be too boring for me. Give me somebody throwing a shield at some guy's face.
Next up, we have a TV show called Sense8. It's a Netflix original series directed by the Wachowski brothers, siblings, because one's a girl now. The synopsis is: a group of people around the world are suddenly linked mentally and must find a way to survive by being hunted by those who are a threat to world order. And it's written by Andy and Lana Wachowski, but also the main writer is a little man called J. Michael Straczynski. You might remember him as one of the most prolific comic book writers of all time.
Wait a minute. Straczynski?
J. Michael Straczynski.
Okay, go ahead.
And he also helped write it, and his comic book lexicon is huge. Obviously he's known for Babylon 5, but he worked on Superman, Brave and the Bold, Wonder Woman, Rising Stars, his awesome series Rising Stars that was under I think Top Cow or Image Comics. Amazing Spider-Man, oh god, he's on Spider-Man for fucking ever. Between 2002 and 2008, I'd say.
Achilles, I think you're confused here. We all know Stan Lee created and wrote every single comic book that had to deal with Spider-Man.
Well, so his giant, super long run on Spider-Man is what people most remember from the 2000s and stuff. He also wrote Thor and the movie Thor and World War Z, Changeling, Ninja Assassin, Underworld. He's done so much. He's really, really great writer. So he also wrote He-Man and She-Ra. He's the main writer for that. So that's really where we love him. But I'm just excited because I love the Wachowskis. I love him, and I'm curious to see what it's about. Let's check it out. Hey, that guy from Lost, Saeed.
They kind of look like Marky Mark from the side.
This looks like Heroes with more white people.
I like this idea. Oh, so it's Saeed from Lost and the guy from the UK Being Human, the werewolf.
Oh wait, this is a movie about headmates?
It's a TV series from Netflix.
Oh yeah, a TV series about headmates.
Well, all these people are mentally linked. Wow,
Headmates.
it's visually stunning. Well, that's cool.
Oh, good. This means they're working towards Brainiac.
Isn't this Scanners? This is
Yeah.
Scanners.
Wow, this is definitely their Scanners. But that looks
Well, you
fucking
know what?
dope. I don't know, that looks
I liked
pretty
it.
sweet.
I'd watch it, but
Watch it,
that
okay.
scene where he does the sliding gun shooting thing, they didn't need that.
But you know what
I mean-
chassis are often style over substance, right?
That's copy pasted from one of the Matrix movies.
Yeah, but and the whole bunch of shit like that. But I mean, they also did really interesting, unique stuff on Speed Racer and other properties. Let's check out this. Then we're gonna get into the video game trailers. Let's check out this announcement trailer for Deus Ex: Mankind Divided.
I'm happy this is produced by Triforce.
Stopping randomly. Someone play it.
Oh, I mean,
There we go.
is it working?
Yep.
Oh, now there's Triforces of Triforces.
Mm-hmm. Squeenix. Wow, this looks crazy. There's arms floating in the water. Looks a little bit like the Order. That definitely looks Final Fantasy-esque.
Pretty sure this wasn't made by Square Enix, though. They're just the producers.
Adios
Idols,
Montreal,
there we
there
go.
is, yeah. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, well, it's hard to mess up Deus Ex.
Those drones look cool. Robot arms. Is that got a cable?
I noticed this is a sequel to the prequel, but still
yeah.
a prequel to the original.
It's no way confusing.
Well, yeah, because they showed the main character from
So is this
the
gonna
prequel.
basically be a Blade Runner game, finally?
Probably.
I'm kind of weary because they keep on making the sequels to the prequels, and eventually the main character of this one's going to be throwing planets when the person who's supposed to be more powerful, the guy from the original game, he sneaks around hitting people with sticks.
Yeah. This is a big difference. The visuals on this are really stunning, though. Not that it makes up for anything, but...
Oh, I saw Illuminati shit.
Illuminati.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. From what I can see, I'd play this. This looks really good.
Yeah, this looks great. I don't know if I'm really, none of the designs really intrigue me. Nothing, maybe his armor looks pretty cool and a couple of, the prosthetics. But this universe that they built doesn't look overly Deus Ex-y or unique. I'm only criticizing
Well, I noticed that the main character from the prequel is much older, so this might, I don't know, this might be after the first game. He's got gray hair, even though he's, what are they called in this? Or are they still cyborgs?
Probably cyborgs, I think.
Yeah, he's a cyborg, but he's aged quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
This bald dude is totally Sundowner from Metal Gear Rising.
The bald guy is the same as the Russian big bald guy that they had in the first game. I doubt he's the same character, though.
Well, how many different kinds of Russians can you really have?
There's 6 models and they repeat. There's a legendary 7th model, but it's never been confirmed.
Actually, the 7th one is Ivan Drago. And he's not even actually Russian.
Is he not? That's so crazy. What is he?
No, the person who played Ivan Drago is not Russian. He's, I believe he's Swedish. I'd have to look.
Oh, crazy.
Cool, he became a polygon fighter from friggin' Melee.
Melee.
It's possible he's Polish. It's been so long since I looked into that kind of stuff.
He's bullish.
Can't kill... Really?
Pre-order? No thanks.
Yeah. I feel sorry for people who really feel they need to pre-order stuff. Do I need to
I
pause?
will be pre-ordering the Oculus Rift. Let's check it out. What's next? Shadowrun Chronicles launch trailer. Check it out.
Do I need to press play?
Yes, sir.
It's nice we fixed that from last
You're now
time.
our PlayStation. Extension Brink.
I'm happy this is just pictures. Oh,
Is Hardcore Gamer actually a person?
I don't know.
yeah, that's me.
This looks stupid. What
Yeah,
is
the
this?
trailer's not very good.
Alright, let's skip this. This is,
This is sad.
yeah, looks like a mini game. What's next? Ah, now we got a really great one coming up next.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Just prepare to be blown away. Oh, let me scratching out. There we go.
This looks a lot like the other Shadowrun game.
Yeah. It actually could be fun depending on the mechanics.
They really
Pass.
should have said it in what's that place called that just had the riots?
Ireland.
Yes,
Baltimore.
the Ireland.
Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore. They should have called it Baltimore.
Baltimore's in Ireland. Oh wait, that's Belfast. I'm kidding. I know that Belfast is in Paraguay. This one I'm excited for. It's a console
All 40
farming
more seconds.
simulator, so you can farm potatoes on your potato.
Ooh.
Does farm equipment actually do this kind of thing? Unfold?
Yeah.
Wow. This is actually like legit graphics. Who wants to do this? Like, being a farmer is not like a fun thing to do. You know, you can go out and actually be a farmer and get real money instead of paying people money.
Well, there is the difference of there's no danger and there's a lot less work when you do it as a game.
I suppose.
There's only danger if you're an idiot and you leave your kid near the thresher.
Who buys this fucking game?
There is a lot of maiming and mortality
Simulator.
in farming.
Stupid. This one I'm super excited for. Black Mesa. Farming's how I lost my leg. Squaff.
So, as we know, Black Mesa, another farming simulator.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
Awesome. Oh, you never see his face before, hey?
edited in VHS.
And do you guys have any kind of teleporting technology?
Best game ever made. Designed by a woman, Kim Swift.
Uh-oh, he's an alien.
Cool. Oh, so you can go back and replay all of the games with the gravity gun now. That's fun.
So, they
That was a
always
great
have the
trailer.
gravity gun?
And 2 they did. Oh, great. Low gravity rocket launchers. This is great. Oh, the man. The chamber. Fuck you, Val. I hate you so much.
Probably shouldn't have filmed your little.
Do not redistribute.
Don't tell me what
Well-
to do.
What do you call that? Promo video? Maybe you shouldn't have filmed that while you were doing testing.
Yeah, it was a weird time to do it. So, I think it's just like a new engine in Black Mesa. But with this
All
like,
right.
a whole new engine. I'm fucking in. Whatever. Okay, let's get this next one.
All right, and go.
Dragon Age Inquisition.
Intense violence and intense nudity.
Intense nudity. Or those dragons smoking
that's
if they're
right.
so high.
Nude dragons.
Wow,
These people
this
don't
looks
know how to
great.
make a trailer.
Whoa, a bard? He's rocking out with a fucking ukulele. It has a skull face. This is great. Dragon Slayer multiplayer expansion for Dragon... Wow. These new animations are fucking fantastic, too. Oh, man.
You must really go wild for the world of
I'm just like, a bard class is fucking crazy. He's like rocking out with a lute, blowing people up with it. It's fucking. He's like shredding so hard that people are dying. This is like literally the greatest power of all time.
I can see why they updated the bard. His role in the first game was dying.
Yeah, well, you know what? The bard class I never played, so now that they fucking updated it, it might be better. These dragons look fantastic too. Some of the new animations look really great. It's just the only way to make the bard class like realistic, to make like a song able to kill someone, is if they play Avril Lavigne songs. But I don't think they can get the rights for that.
What about Christina Aguilera songs?
Well, if they did that, the players would also die at their consoles. So no one would be playing the game. It'd be like the Ring video from Dragon Age Inquisition.
Well, I think the best bard class from any game has got to be Final Fantasy IV's Spoony Bard.
What's that? Spoomy Bard?
Spoony Bard.
Spoony Bard. Next trailer. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Strong sexual content.
There was no tits in that last one. What extreme nudity was in that last one? I didn't see any tits. I was staring.
Player nudity.
Showed up about halfway through.
I'm seeing some people hanging from the tree, but they're white. So it's not very realistic.
Just hanging around.
Yep, hanging on spikes.
I completely forgot what game this is.
Witcher?
Oh, yeah.
It says it in, like, the title.
I've heard mixed things about The Witcher.
Well, I like that they delayed it so they'd spend more time on it. I actually respect that. These monsters look pretty cool. It's all in-game graphics. They look okay. And Drake's Uncharted, but looks pretty good.
Looks
I
like
really
a better.
like how he met up with these monsters and then he just decided to start killing peasants.
This looks like a better Skyrim.
Killing people. Ooh, some of these monsters look really fantastic. That dragon, that little hulky thing. These harpies. Yeah, look at that thing. That thing is fucking dope. I want the rainbow dragon. That guy's gay.
This is the best monster
I want the
hunter
fire
game they've made
golem.
so
That
far.
cool.
I want shitty tattooed, chubby guardsman with bow. He's my favorite monster. Oh, what wild beast is he riding? Oh,
I think that was another zebra.
Oh, well, that's cool. That she looks like the tree spirit from. That's gross. That one looked like the tree spirit from Princess Mononoke. That one
I thought it was
Groot. Yeah. Groot's super
And
intelligent.
after he got done with all the peasants, he decided to kill the big monsters.
You gotta practice on the peasants before you kill a. Why is the final enemy
A woman.
reveal?
Oh, great! Feminism is how they decide to end this video.
No, they did. I was weird that the final monster reveal was like a shitty Cyclops. I'm like, this isn't. He didn't even have an eye. He just had one eye socket.
Well, he had his eye in his chest.
I don't know. Next up, Disney Infinity 3.0. I'll be playing Witcher. It looks pretty cool. I heard the fucking requirements are just insane. Here's the Disneyfication of Star Wars, like pretty much.
Oh my god, it won't play.
I got it. Oop. You got it?
Ain't working. Soma is disconnected. Soma, I'm gonna have to kick you for a moment.
That's okay. I'm manually queuing the videos anyways.
Okay.
Like an asshole.
There, now it's working.
Okay, so it's already pretty cartoony. We're seeing some TIE fighters, some really shitty graphics. It almost looks like Lego Star Wars. Everything's little chibi eyes. That's really cute. Millennium Falcon, though. There's Darth Maul. This is all gameplay footage. Oh, that's not bad. It's very cartoony, a little cel-shadedy. I actually kind of like it.
Yeah, it looks like last gen stuff, but that's okay as long as the game's good.
It looks just like the Clone Wars, like CG. Actually, they had these little like mini-mate toys that you get. They're like chibi ones done in that animated Clone Wars movie style, and that's exactly what they look like. Disney Infinity, that's what it is. Yeah, that's why the sprites look so cartoony.
Now, they say play without limits, but I am guessing there are limits.
Not really. You can have, like, the X-Men, fucking Jack Skeleton and Luke Skywalker on a ship together with Esmeralda.
With Baybacks.
Who is the lady standing in the middle?
Wasn't that...
That's Elsa from Frozen.
I thought that was Tangled. That's Tangled. I thought that's Tangled.
They all start to look the same these days.
Yeah, it's like Pocahontas and like Ariel and Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Like I can tell them the difference. Mulan.
All right, so that was a thing. You ready for the next one?
Oh, it's good for kids. Kids will like it. Yeah, Wolfenstein, Old Blood. This is not for kids.
This is
it is for kids. It teaches them, Nazis are bad.
Oh, that's true. Because or else you think that they're good.
That's the software.
That's the software.
Oh boy.
I actually already like this trailer.
Can you guess how many bugs the game is going to have on release?
6. Some drunk Nazis bar fighting.
No, it'll only have bugs if it's made with Gamebryo. Is it made with Gamebryo?
Well, as we can see, there are going to be predators in the game that will be hanging people upside down and skinning.
Oh, I only see child predators right now on screen. This is cool. That's like a campy pulp. Yeah. Undercover the dark secrets of Wolfburg.
She-Wolf of the SS.
It's like kind of that 50s pulp sci-fi movie style. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I feel like it's like Inglourious Bastards meets like She-Wolf of the SS.
Yeah, that's actually a really great analogy. Some of these weapons
I like
actually
the
look very
robotic
stupid.
dinosaur that the Nazis had.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll be playing the shit out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Flaming Nazi zombies. This is awesome. Yeah, it's literally raining flaming. Oh, okay, so he lit a Zeppelin on fire, so all the zombies jumping out were flaming Nazi zombies. That's fucking great.
I hope they introduce a clone Hitler for him to fight, so that it's.
Listen, man, I don't want to be like that guy that kind of tells you how to talk or whatever, but his name's Clitler.
Clone Hitler? Yeah, I got you.
Alright, next up, we got the Star Wars Battlefront revealed trailer. This one I'm stoked for. It's supposed to be badass. Alright, we see a Star Destroyer in the atmosphere, even though we can't fly that way because it's not aerodynamic, doesn't matter. And we are on the Forest of Endor.
Do we have to tell people this is game engine footage?
Yeah, we all know. Like, no game looks like this. Wait, this is game engine footage?
That's what it said.
That's not true. There's no way.
Nope. This is...
Yeah, it is.
That is.
Yep, that is
right there.
I think this is like a smooth over render, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably. I doubt...
This is a really authentic experience to what the battles were like, it looks like. This is more authentic than the movie ever was. This is already a better movie than the third Star Wars movie. Oh, that's interesting. Like a Gungan technology almost. Rocket and launch. Just like...
Hey, isn't this the little guy who was Lando's co-pilot?
Yeah.
Well,
I call him racist Chinese alien. The proper name that George Lucas wanted for him.
Well,
Ching
you just
chong,
need
bing
to
bong.
somehow fly a plane in there to take them. Wait a minute. I was told that walkers weren't going to show up in this game.
Yeah, I thought dog walkers were only on Hoth. What are those A-wings doing there, too? Or Y-wings, rather.
Not canon.
But Y armor cannon. I like the dog walker. Actually, he actually seemed practical for the first time ever, because usually he looks retarded, but that was actually kind of effective against the Rebels. Rebels' outfits are ultra authentic. This is like literally the best Star Wars thing I've ever seen.
I'm happy that Rebel died.
Oh, cool.
Oh my gosh. Darth Vader.
Yeah. Wow. Look at all.
Darth Vader, shouldn't you be strangling Wookiees?
What?
Oh, shit!
Fuck you. This is unreal. Oh my god.
Okay, you get to play as Boba Fett.
Bro.
You get to play as Boba Fett, all is forgiven, because, like, they fucking canned the Bounty Hunter game, right?
Yeah.
95% complete, and they canned it, so...
Is that what happened? 95?
Yeah, pretty much.
How
and they,
yeah, go ahead.
and they just were like, well, we don't want to go this direction.
Retards. How dope does Hoth look? Holy shit.
Hey, snow finally not looks shit for once.
Wow, that everything in that just impressed the fuck out of me. I'm really
Listen,
hyped on that.
I'm a purist, and I believe that the only Star Wars game that you should play is the N64 game where the controls are really wonky.
I liked what's it called, the Pod Racer game. I was at a theme park yesterday. We have in our mall we have this stupid like theme park, and they had the original Pod Racers arcade game. And I was like begging them, and I'm like, give me some fucking change. I want to play this game. They're like, no, this game's stupid. You're not gonna play this Pod Racer game. I don't think they realized how amazing that game was. I remember modding my game. I can't remember what the hack was, but there's some shit that you could do so you could use 2 controllers to control the pod racer. It was fucking impossible. I love how they spend millions of dollars on that, and like it was a big focus of the trailer and of like everything, and it was in the movie for 9 minutes and then never referenced ever again in the entire series.
I thought it was funny. Like, what happens to the pod racing between that movie and the 4th one, where you never hear about it, even though Luke is from Tatooine?
Luke is just interested in picking up some power converters. Like, he doesn't want to gamble on fucking pod racing.
Like, what was the point of that scene?
Luke could have been like, listen, Uncle, I can go race a pod and win you enough money that you don't need my help anymore. But no, it's not even a thought in his head because there was no pod racing. There was no pod racing on Tatooine.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous because that would have been brought up at least once. You know what, the story of Luke earning his like place to be trained as a proper Jedi is about him learning to meditate, concentrate, and start lifting the X-wing out of the swamp. And it was a long, hard journey, and he was being tested, and he didn't know what he was doing. And we struggled with him, and that's how we empathize with Luke, and that's why we loved Luke's journey, because we saw him train hard to get the Force to raise that X-wing. And then with fucking Vader, he's like, oh, he drove this car really good and he has a bunch of bacteria in him. Let's just take him. I'm like, what the fuck? What?
Hey, his mom died. His mom may have been raped. We don't know.
By sand people.
Ugh. I told you close the borders. They didn't listen.
Yeah, you don't live next to Iraq and expect that not to happen. He's from planet Iraq. He should have been beheading goats and shit. White people in a desert.
But wasn't that always why it was stupid? Like, in the original Star Wars trilogy, Han Solo calls it an old religion. And then you get to the 1 through 3, and they're like, he's got so much midichlorian in his bloodstream. It's not really a religion if you apply some sort of pseudoscience to it, now is it?
Well, I mean, look at Scientology. I mean, I'm so full of Thetans, they won't accept me. I have a ton of alien ghosts stuck in my pussy.
Wait, so was George Lucas inspired by Battlefield Earth?
I wouldn't even be surprised. Although, yeah, that actually timeline would work too. Let's get to this next trailer. No Pineapple Left Behind. No Pineapple Left Behind is current alpha. The video does not represent the final product. No Pineapple Left Behind is something I'm very passionate about because I kind of like pineapples. I'm not like super into pineapples. They're not my favorite, but I kind of like them. What?
Oh, this is nice. So it's edutainment?
Yeah, so magic spells are lesson plans. So you make lesson plan spells.
That's dude cool. Looks like Rasputin.
Yeah, he does. Why are all the students... They're talking about how the teachers cast spells. Why is everyone a pineapple? Why has that not been mentioned?
What happens if one of the teachers gets really hungry?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, there's one black girl. What the hell?
They know that one of the teachers has been like killing students when his semen tastes really good because pineapples makes her cum sweet. True story. Made my high school girlfriends very uncomfortable. I wish that was a spell of me not memorizer.
Okay, well, I'm starting to feel like there is no edutainment in this.
Yeah, these are just dumb spells. They're just set in like a less fun atmosphere.
This is just school. Isn't this a fucking school management game? This is a school management game. You
invented video game, huh?
but remember that all the students are pineapples, not been referenced yet.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, you have to do pain
This
management
is a
for these
school
people?
simulator?
Fuck!
This is literally the opposite of what games are. It's like, how can we add school to games? Like, how can we...
This is like
It's
Tropico,
not
but
even
you
learning.
can't send people to jail to die.
Yeah,
It's
or you
not-
can't fight cartels.
Like, this is false advertisement. From what I've seen from the trailer, they say a learning experience, then there's no learning in it. You are simulating school. You are not learning.
No,
in an
Squaff, you
environment.
learn to hate video games and independent developers. I mean, it teaches you the most invaluable lesson of all: never pre-order anything.
This, like, I saw, there was a person doing an interview with another person, and the guy was talking about his edutainment game. First off, I'd like to start with, I don't think edutainment games are bad. I think a lot of edutainment games are bad because they don't try to be entertaining. This game wanted to teach you how to program video games by using the programming knowledge as how you cast spells in the game. That's a good idea. Your little thing where your simulated teachers
Just
cast
cast
spells
fucking
on themselves.
spells with mana, and you have to pay them so they recharge faster. That's so dumb.
Yeah, that's just retarded.
This seems like a terrible mobile game.
I made a mistake. I saw pineapples. I assumed it'd be good. I've never been disappointed by pineapple media before. I'm shocked.
What other pineapple media is there?
I mean, there's just so many. Let's play the next trailer.
All right. Can't wait for the microtransactions, though.
I can't wait for Trayvon Brown to get sodomized in hell by a pineapple.
Me neither.
So this looks fantastic. I'm in. That's it. That's all I need to see. Ivy's looking good. I like this design of
I
Ivy.
need to buy a PS4, I guess.
Don't ever say something like that in my presence. Hi,
I'm
Gavin.
happy that they decided to put Scorpion into this.
I won't watch, I won't like Batman media unless I have Kevin Conroy's voice. It's just the voice that I know. It's a voice I grew up with. It's, that's cool. I like the armor. The bat armor looks badass. Looks pretty practical, too. This is good. This is a new type of storyline, new type of angle.
You know, a lot of people say that Kevin Conroy couldn't play live-action Batman, but I think from seeing this, he could maybe do it.
Do the old Batman.
Yeah, I think he could do it.
I like that idea. Yeah.
Like, you might need to get him to get into better shape.
Yeah, he'd need to bulk up for sure.
Yeah, because he looks like Willem Dafoe right now, basically.
Man,
But, like,
Jonathan
he
Banks,
gets the
aka
facial
Buzz Hickey. Yeah, he does. He's a good actor. He's a legit actor outside of just doing the Batman voice. I like the voice of the guy from Breaking Bad, Gus from Breaking Bad, as Gordon. It really fits. Kind of dry drawl. Yeah,
They're
that sounds
definitely
good.
going with the last Batman movie version of.
John Noble, the steward of the Halls of Gondor, and William Bishop on Fringe is doing the voice of Scarecrow, which will be a big change from what they were doing in the first two Batman games when Scarecrow showed up. Scarecrow was the best part of the first game.
Here?
Yeah, he is. This one's going to be a Scarecrow's universe where he gathers up all of Batman's villains because they want to humiliate him and drive him insane. He doesn't want to kill him. He wants to break him publicly. Yeah, Scarecrow is scary. Oh, wow, he's terrifying.
That's upsetting.
That's so scary.
So, have you been watching Gotham, the
No.
TV show?
No.
I like Batman. I don't like
In
Gotham.
the TV show, Scarecrow is
Wow.
is a creation of his father.
Oh, interesting. I just said that, John
You
Noble.
might want to see that episode because
I don't
the
know if I
origin
wanted...
of Scarecrow.
Yeah.
I like that John Noble is so into being Scarecrow.
He loves it. He's an insanely good actor, though. He loves his roles. Like, when he takes on a role, he, dives into it head first. That's cool. That dot matrix for a second. Hey, Barbara's showing up. Barbara's a little ugly. Cool with that. played by Ashley Greene, who's much hotter. She has a good voice for it, actually. She was Esme in the Twilight Saga, I think.
I'm happy Barbara's in a wheelchair.
Oracle's the best one.
There's nothing worse than the latest iteration of Oracle.
Oh, the new 52 Batgirl. I think the best Batgirl ever was Cassandra Cain during No Man's Land. Arguably my favorite storyline in the Bat-U.
Yeah, because lots of, like, you know, babies, and then you shoot that chick, and then, you know, she's in that room with the babies that aren't dead, you know.
Babies.
Can't believe they're playing the sad music. Who and going over why her and her father keep secrets.
It's almost like they're trying to emotionally manipulate us, but that doesn't sound like the media.
Yeah, ain't happening. This is a trailer.
The thing that white people live in. Ooh.
I
you get
really
to drive the
want
Batmobile. That's awesome. Why is Ashley Greene announcing this? Shut the fuck up. You don't matter. I like your Alexander McQueen blouse, though. You look great.
I want a more traditional Batman Batmobile.
Yeah, I like. Listen, I love the Tumbler and everything, but actually this one kind of has more of that styling.
It's a mix.
Whoa, that looks badass.
You know what'd be great if they made a Batman 66 game,
Like, what do you mean?
like in the style of
Like
the Adam
TV
West show. Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, that'd be fun. I get behind that.
Running around waving bombs in the air.
The bat spray.
Telling Robin that he needs to buckle his bat belt.
Or he needs to clench his buttocks tighter than he's ever done before because they're going to be going deep. Actual line from Batman, look it up. Wow, Two-Face looks incredible.
I prefer painted Two-Face, where he paints half his face.
That was cool. That tag team, awesome Nightwing.
Not awesome.
Cool.
Catwoman.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't like that she's wearing the post-2007 Selena Kyle outfit.
I don't like that she's wearing anything, period.
I hate the short hair cat slut. Like, let me just show my cleavage and everything else my body's covered, including my hair. Like, come on. I guess it is distracting. Never mind, I like it.
I've always liked the 90s movies Catwoman's suit. The one where it's sewn together.
Yeah, the stitched up. Weird
pre-order now to get Harley Quinn as she appears in what's the name of
Why
the
did
Suicide Squad?
She reverted to her the Asylum design. Yeah,
instead of doing the other one that they did for Harleen Quinzel for Arkham Origins. It's a real shame. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us this week on ROFLcast. That was all we had for trailers this week. If you guys want to follow me, you can at Achilles and at ROFLcast. You can also go to ROFLcast.com to find all the links you need, including subscribing to this wonderful podcast on YouTube or Vimeo or iTunes or RSS if you use a feed reader because you're smart. How about yourself, Soman?
You can find me on at Salmon Rider, and I release podcasts on switchonplease.com.
And Squaff.
Well, I do a lot of graphics work, but as far as following my work, you can see a lot of it by going onto Twitter and following me at Secret Squaff.
That's all we have for this week. Until next time, we remain podcasting.